Alright, now question paper ka grade 11. This is a November 2017 mathematics paper 1 ka grade 11. So ngizophendula this whole question paper from question 1 all the way up to question 9, which is the last question in this question paper. Yeah, it's the last question in this question paper. So ngizophendula wonke lama questions, but not in one video. Ngizowaphendula on separate videos, some questions. So like for instance, in this video I'm answering only question 1, then ngizoshare ama links wama video for amanye questions engizobe ngiwaphendulile for this question paper in the description below. So nangabe interested ungawabukela now as well. Right, lana sizophendula only question 1, then question 2 uzoba kwenye video, question 3 uzoba kwenye video, which is what in the description below. Right, question 1, solve for x. Question 1, solve for x. Right, 1.1. This is question 1, right? So 1.1.1 is pendula ena, which is this equation. Ne? This equation 2x minus 3 x plus 7 equal to 0 for 2 marks. Well, the natural thing ungayenza as a student is to solve ama brackets. Then you'll end up with ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Well, there's nothing wrong ukwenza lokho, ne? Ngoba igcine nangabe uyisolve kahle uzothola the correct answer. But check ama marks, it's for how many marks? 2 marks, ne? I wouldn't say a mistake, but it's the long way around. This thing of solving lama brackets now, kuma questions afana nalawo. This is a quadratic equation, ne? Ngoba uyabona multiply 2x nalo x uthola ubani u2x squared. It's going to be a quadratic equation. But the mistake abantu abayenza, ama students ayenza ukuthi, well, it's not a mistake, but it's the long way around. Solving ama brackets uthatha i-dry, ne? Uyabona na usebenzisa the factoring method to simplify ama quadratic equations. So angisho uzo end up with 2 brackets. Then what do you do next? Uthatha one bracket we equate to 0, uthathe the next bracket we equate to bani to 0. Nala wenza the same thing. There's no need to solve it for any lama brackets. So uzothi 2x minus 3 equal to 0 or x plus 7 equal to 0. So that's one common mistake ama students ayenzayo by simplifying ama brackets. Kanti komele uwenze so. Vele uthatha this one equator to 0, this one equator to 0 for 2 marks. Then you solve for x. X is equal to 3 over 2 lana. X is equal to negative 7. So these are your final answers. By the way, this is what we call the zero factor law. The zero factor law simply means if you multiply 2 ama brackets and your answer is what? 0. So it means that one of the 2 brackets or 2 lawama brackets komele abe equal to bani 0. So that's why I started this brackets equator to 0 and this brackets equator to 0. Then you find amanyama situations where we have 2 brackets a multiplier, then instead of having 0 on the right hand side, you have maybe a number like maybe 3 or 1 or 17 or minus 3 or something. Then lapho ke kwamele usimplify ama brackets. But if it's 0, you just equate each of the brackets to 0. Ne? Okay, so 1.1.2. 1.1.2, we have a quadratic equation, but leave your answer to correct to 2 decimal places. So lana so the 7 quadratic formula for simplifying this equation. So it means the answer yakho izoba ilokanje irrational number or an irrational solution. So asibhale phansi the equation, then let's use the quadratic formula. You can also use completing the square, but completing the square ungayenza ama-mistakes amaningi la yabona. So it's best to stick it to something much more simpler. So this is A, B, and C. So it's minus 3 squared. For A, 7. C, it's minus 2 divided by 2A, which is 7. So x is equal to that. Calculator. I'm using Casio 82ZA, right? So it's minus 3. Then you punch in go calculator yakho, but mina ngizoqala ngo plus la, right? Squared minus 4 7 minus 2 times 7 equal to my answer here to but write down your answer to 2 decimal places. So now the answer iphuma, so you can just go and do this. Go ahead and do this, shift, set up, and then you fix that. I'm sure your answer must be to 2 decimal places, so fix to 2 decimal places. So answer yakho ubani 0.36. Now I will ukhohli round off. It's best to uyekele calculator yakho igroundele off. So now asenze for negative, it's minus 0.79. So now my answers were 2. We have 2 solutions, one in negative, one in positive. 1.1.3 is equal, it's this is a SURD equation. Bona ngani ngaphansi kwe square root nginani ngine expression. Okay 1.1.3 SURD equation. X minus 1 plus 3 is equal to x, right? In a SURD equation into yenzayo kwamele ushiye the square root or the root on one side of the equation. So lo 3 nyam transpose equal to x minus 3. Then you remove the square root by squaring both sides. Cancel xalano x minus 1 equal to, so therefore na 2 brackets la minus 3 x minus 1 is equal to, it's x squared minus 3x plus 9. Yeah, it's 9 minus 1 equal to, then you want x squared minus 6x, like terms, plus 9. Therefore isuke from a SURD equation you converted to a quadratic equation. So I need to transpose everything to one side so that one of the side kuzosala ubani u0. So ngizothatha lokhu ngikulethe ngapha. About x squared minus 6x plus 9 minus x plus 1. Noma ungakuletha ngapha, but I'm avoiding a situation while avoid ukwenza ulukanje u-x squared wami a negative ngoba nakeza ngapha yoba negative. So it's best ukuthi ngimshiye ngapha abe positive. Ngifuna ukusebenzisa i-factoring method instead of using a quadratic formula, which ungayisebenzisa ilokanje ungayisebenzisa if i-quadratic formula. So nala ungayisebenzisa i-quadratic formula, but for this video ngizosebenzisa the factoring method ngoba it's the simpler way. It's simple. It was simple sometimes. So it's 5 times 10. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 plus 5 is 7. So yeah, it's going to be minus. So x is equal to 2 or x is equal to positive 5. But bese uyabuya ke kwamele uteste i-solution yakho futhi kwamele uteste ama-solutions wakho in a SURD equation. So asiteste ulokanje u2 x equal to 2. So this is the original equation, minus 1 plus 3 equal to x. How do you test your solutions? You substitute x, then your equation kwamele balance. If I balance, it means that that answer itholile is not the solution for this equation. Where there's an x, we substitute the solution yakho x2. Start with 2, then it's going to be 5. So what is 2? Subtract 1, it's 1. The square root of 1 is 1. So lana it's 1 plus 3 equal to 2. What is 1 plus 3 is 4. And we are going to 4 equal to 2. So x equal to 2 is not your solution. But the equation doesn't balance. Right. As tested, x equal to 5. Original equation 9. So lagno x kwana nyofagu 5. 5 minus 1 plus 3 is equal to 5. Lagno x in 5. So 5 minus 4. So the 5 minus 1 is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. So yeah, balance. So it's 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. So 5 equal to 5. So this is our solution. Every time we solve a side equation, you need to test them. Alright, siyadlula. Sesilana ku 1.1.4. So it's x squared greater than, so this is a quadratic inequality equation. So lana we need to simplify bracket like sizoyi solve like a normal quadratic equation. So lana, because of the x squared, because this is a quadratic equation, so let's simplify bracket. So 3x lana sibe plus 18. Then let's bring everything to one side. Lagno x squared corner. So lo 3 uzoza ngapha, nalo 18 eze ngapha. It's greater than 0. So this is a quadratic equation, but it's an inequality equation because of the inequality sign. So bese senzani sithola ama critical values here. X 6 6 times 3, yeah, 6 3 minus plus. I answer it today. Okay, I'm a critical values way too. So 7 are the number line method for this video, right? And so there's 3 ways of solving quadratic inequalities: number line, graphical method, or the tabular method. So for lana 7 are the number line method. So a critical values way to it's x plus 3 equal to, so x is equal to minus 3, or x is equal to positive 6. So I'm a critical values way to a critical value work wins are wa plot a number line, right? We plot a number line, then ascale on this side again, starting on the side telling up, and then also substitute ama values work was substitute on this equation where guno bani where lana so no 0 call, right? Or was substitute go standard form, right? So sifuna a value that's greater than 6, ne? Sifuna ukubona ukuthi ama solutions wethu like ngifuna an x value, ngizothi nangi substitute nginikeze a positive value on the left hand side. Athi ngiphinde ngifuna an x value, kahle kahle uma usolve a quadratic inequality usuka ufuna an x value, right? Ama values ka x uzothi nawa substitute la kule equation yakho satisfy this inequality sign. Lana's no greater than, right? Ngifuna ukuthi nangifaka u-x wami la nanginikeze what, a positive value, right? So sicala check ama numbers between -3 and 6, and then ama values are less than -3. Check ama values are greater than 6. So ama solutions wethu angapha or ngapha or ngapha. So check ke la, asicale ngapha ke thina. So check ke la, asithathe any value that's greater than 6 is substitute lapha. Let's take 7. So 7 squared ngifaka u-x la, ngifaka the value of x, ngifaka u7, choose u7 angisho thina. So it's 7 squared minus 3, 7 minus 18 equal to 10. Yabona le answer sitholile, it's positive 10. So it means wonke lama values sengizothi nangwasa any value that's greater than 6 sengizothi nangisubstitute kule equation izonginikeza a positive value. So if wonke lama values are greater than 6 are positive, so it means lawa zoba negative, lawa zoba njani positive. So like lama signs komela alternate. If there was a negative azoba positive, lawa bunjani abe negative. So it means wonke lama x values are greater than 6 ayenza this equation ibe greater than bani 0. Therefore ama solutions wethu siwathola kuphi on the positive sides, right? Ama solutions wethu angapha nakuphi nangapha. So ama x values wethu must be less than -3 or must be greater than bani 6. So now my solutions wethu again, right? Quadratic inequalities siqedile ke ngawo, and then sesiyaphi ke 1.2 page. So 1.2, solve for x and y. This is a simultaneous equation. 1.2, it's 2y plus x is equal to 1, x squared plus y squared plus 3xy plus y is equal to 0. Let's double check. X squared y squared plus 3xy plus y 2. Okay, good. Now nice simultaneous equation yet. 1.2, equation 1 and equation 2, right? Uma solve quadratic, sorry man, is simultaneous equation. You need to name wayithula my equations. First equation is about equation 1 yakho, then the second equation is about equation 2 wakho. Then you need to take one of the two equations and make x or y the subject of the formula so that you get equation 3. So lana sizothatha equation 1, ne? Why? Ngoba simple, ne? Lena it's a mess ngoba nginabo x squared y squared 3xy nginabo y, ne? So lana sizothatha equation 1. I'm taking equation 1, which is 2y plus x equal to 1. Then I'm going to make x the subject of the formula. X is equal to 1 minus 2y. This is equation 3. Once you made one of the two variables the subject of the formula, so equation 3. So a tip, a variable akomele uyenze a subject of the formula, ile variable lena engana coefficient engekho squared and engekho squared and engana coefficient, like lana equation 1 yabona zange ngenze y the subject of the formula ngoba une coefficient of 2. I decided to go with x ngoba x akana una coefficient, a coefficient of 1, or I think phinde ke ufuna ukusolve the variable in a coefficient of 1, right? The variable in a coefficient of 1 ufuna ukusolve for that variable. U-x squared le ungayisolve le, y squared ungayisolve. That's why being avoid equation 2, because it's a mess. Ihlangene la. Angifuna ukusolve for this x or this y, or even this x or this y. Lo y lo bengamsolve, but bengiyosala na something a bit messy nyana. But noma ungathatha equation 2 solve for y, still isazosebenza nakhona, ne? Okay ke. Now let's substitute the equation 3 to equation 2, and the equation 3 awukhona kumsubstitute ku1 ngoba u3 uvela kubani equation 1. So now substitute our equation 3 substitute into 2. So it's la kuno x squared khona ngifaka ubani, lana kuno x squared khona ngizofaka ubani la kuno x khona ngizofaka kulo kanje equation 3 ish. Yeah, but anyway, I think ngichubeke nayo. Ngibona a simpler way yokuyisolve, but asichubeke nayo. But anyway, okay. This is equation 2. La kuno x khona ngizofaka 1 minus 2y. So now x okuqala it's 1 minus 2y squared plus y squared plus 3y. 3y kuno x. La kuno x khona ngifaka ubani 1 minus 2y. Ngiyazi ukuthi lo x between ubani 3 nobani no y. Lo y ngimsusile ngambeka la. Now it's 3y. It's 3y bese la kuno x khona ngizofaka this. So it's plus y equal to 0. Now let's simplify. Lama bracket I2 now. It's 1 minus 2y. 1 minus 2y. Plus y squared plus 3y times 1, it's 3y. Lana kuzoba minus 6y squared plus y equal to 0. Then it's 1 times 1 minus 2y plus 4y squared plus, I think I simplify anything. I think ibhale jongo benjalo. 6y squared plus y is equal to 0, right? Now, like term. I think 70 calculator. So that thing messes into la. Y squared. So it's plus 4 plus 1 minus 6 is minus y squared. Like term. So it's minus 2 plus 3 plus 1. Answer ubani 0. So okay, that's sweet. Lo kuyacancelana ke. Then sosala nobani? Sosala no nalo plus 1 equal to 0. Lazy zikhanselene. This 2, no, this is 1 2 3 basiphe minus y squared. So say simple again, I say nje ke man. Senzani? So calculator for y squared is equal to, you transpose the 1 affigurable minus 1 ngapha, then both sides ngiyadivide nge-negative sign, ngiba no y squared equal to 1. So square both sides plus minus, so y is equal to plus minus bani 1. So the y value is equal to plus minus 1, right? So therefore saying the value ka bani ka y. Now let's calculate the value ka x. Y positive 1 angisho una2 yabo y 1 positive y1 unjani negative. I started the positive y, si substitute ku equation 3 so kwazi ukuthola the x value. So x uzoba equal to minus 2 positive 1 is equal to 1 minus 2 is equal 1 minus 2, it's minus 1. So therefore solution yethu yokuqala ngibhala as a coordinate x y. So x value yami ubani minus 1, y value yami positive 1. So another y value it's negative 1. So x is equal to the corresponding value about minus 1. Remember, substitute ku equation 3. So it's 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So it's positive 3 and minus 1. Now my solutions for the simultaneous equation. Right. I believe this is the last question, 1.3. Okay, 1.3. If f of x, if the function in terms of x, if f of x is equal to 0, has roots, right? It looks familiar lento le yini, a quadratic formula for which values of k will the roots be equal. So lana kwamele usebenzise ilo kanje i-discriminant, right? Kwamele usebenzise the discriminant to answer this question. Yini discriminant? There's something abakufundise yona eclassini called nature of the roots. The discriminant, this is the discriminant. The discriminant is equal to b squared minus 4ac. Standard form equation for the standard form equation for quadratics, it's this one. B uyomsubstitute lapha, C uyomsubstitute la, A uyomsubstitute kuphi la. But quadratic formula siyazi ukuthi the discriminant plus minus, the discriminant sithola kuphi ngaphansi 1 kwe-square root. The discriminant sithola ngaphansi kwane kwe-square root, right? So it discriminant yethu naila for this question. Discriminant yethu naila, right? So for no calculate the values of k for which the roots will be equal. Bese uzala this table nyana or this diagram nyana kwamele uyazi le by heart foot, ne? So wathola kuphi ama roots are equal if the discriminant is equal to bani 0, then you have equal roots. So therefore 90 soyenza 90 soyenza sifuna ama values ka k, but it's calculate ama values ka k. Discriminant is equal to 0, then we obtain ama equal roots. We get equal roots. This is question 1.3. Lana sithola in ama equal roots. In 10, the discriminant is under the square root for this question. The discriminant is under the square root. So it's 3 minus 12k squared is equal to bani 0. So lana we need to calculate the value of bani k. So 3 ngapha it's negative 3. Divide both sides ngobani negative 12. So k squared is equal to 1 over 4. Then you square both sides, plus minus. K is equal to plus minus 1 over 2. So therefore, for which values of k will the roots be equal? Ama roots wakazoba equal if and only if k equal to a plus half or a negative half. So ivideo yethu iphelela la. Question 1 wethu iphelela la. Izobuya no question 2, question 3, and no all the way up to question 9. Please check our description below the description below of this video nangabu interested ukubukela amanye ama questions. So thanks for watching. Nangabu enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a comment. Nangabu a question, nangabe ngibhede somewhere, please ngede si correct masinyana. And then nangabu new to this channel,